assembled company. Welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe, and it is Tuesday, and hopefully it will be International Young Tellers. Unfortunately, with the massive worldwide changing of the clocks and various events around the world, some wonderful, some not so wonderful, we have no young tellers with us. Hopefully, in the next few minutes, there will be. Meanwhile, if we can sit, twiddle our thumbs, if people could maybe tell us if they've come across a new story recently. This would be wonderful. Baba C, have you come across a new story to add to your...
Actually, I'm developing a story that I told on Sunday to get it right. I noticed on Sunday a lot of us were just a little off with our storytelling because we had left out certain elements, and I'm working on that. And yes, I have a couple of new stories that I'm working on. I'm working on a different version of Crocodile and Spider, Crocodile and Scorpion, Crocodile and Monkey, and Anansi and Nothing. Which I think is going to be really interesting once I get it really nice and sharp.
Once you get it ready, tell us when you're ready, and we'll put that in Baba C's new stuff for Friday.
Okay.
Mike, do you have any new stories you're working on?
I have. I had one I heard someone tell on Mossy Bottom, which is an Irish farm. And it's about a labourer who got stuck on the island of Carrig because the tides turned and he was late getting away. And he wound up with a baby in his cart. He didn't know where the baby came from. And in the end, it's a really good story. It's set in 1803 when they were building the barracks, not barracks, what do you call it, to fight Napoleon with a gun emplacement. I've lost the word.
Encarpment?
No, it's a...
Wasn't barricades, but it...
No, it was like a stone building for the cannon.
They're the...
and I've lost the word. It doesn't matter.
Yes, the thingy forts, aren't they?
It wasn't a Martello Tower. This was on Carrig Island off the coast of Ireland.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Island of Ireland.
There is a word which I can't remember.
Yeah, and it's like a stone house, but it's got cannon in it, or would eventually have cannon in it.
Turret?
No.
No, it's the balustrades.
Barrack is as close, but it's not a barrack. But it's like a two-syllable word that's gone. But anyway, it looks to be a really nice story, and I'd quite like to tell it.
Oh well, maybe you'll share it one Sunday when it's
absolutely
on a worldwide story round. Heather, have you got a new story you've been working on at all? Hello, Heather. You're muted.
So I am. Thank you, John. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, my internet's not particularly... I'm in Colorado, and the internet in the midst of the mountains isn't great, so that's why I had my video off.
You're in Colorado, are you?
Yes, I am, visiting my parents in the middle of the Spanish Peaks, so southwest Colorado. So, yeah, I'm teaching online for the Edinburgh Harp Festival this coming weekend, and the class that I'm doing is Legends and Stories of Ancient Harpers, so harp players. So I am kind of revisiting some of the ballads and stories about harp players from back in the past, in the mists of the past. But there's lots of legends, and of course the ballads. I don't know if any of you know the murder ballad, the Trois Sisters. It's where the older sister kills her younger sister, and the bones are made into a harp. And it's the hair is the strings,
yes.
The harp. And then it tells the story of the murder, and then obviously Thomas Rhymer. I mean, what a magical story with Thomas playing his harp, and then the Queen of the Fairies coming and taking him away to fairyland. And when he comes back, he has the gift of prophecy. And then there's a trickster tale from the south of Scotland, down at Lochmaben. And it's the silly blind harper of Lochmaben that tricks the English laird out of lots of money and a nice horse.
Elsa plays the harp and she was
I
one
never
about tell. Yes. So
I first met Ilsa when she was about 14 years old. She came to a workshop of
oh
mine.
wow.
I've known her for a long time and I've just been watching her blossom. And I must say, actually, it's been wonderful that she's had this opportunity at this session to be sharing stories with other young people.
Well,
I'm
when you
thinking,
talk to her, please tell her Baba C says hello and that
I
we
will.
miss her.
I'm thinking of raising the age for this session.
You want Elsa back?
No, it's not just that. I think there's a lot of people with students in their early 20s that might appreciate this session.
What's the go to 25?
But maybe, under 25.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it'll cut out our children, and it'll be quite good to have that mix of new tellers, because at the moment there's a sort of generational gap in the storytelling world. So
Elsa can be a ma'am again.
yeah. It would allow Elsa back, but maybe I do this from next week, I think.
Is Kirsten Milliken under 25?
Say again.
Kirsten Milliken, is she under 25? I thought Heather might know because she's Scottish. Kirsten Milliken?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Sorry, I keep on freezing, or everything keeps freezing.
Right.
Oh, talking about freezing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just overcast.
I should be joined. I should have been with you two on that side of the Atlantic this week, but I failed my fit to fly. I've never been fit to fly, but I was officially unfit to fly.
Do you enjoy flying?
I don't mind it. It's catching.
Not anymore. I used to love it when I was a child, or when I was younger. And now it's just necessary evil to get to where you're going.
I don't enjoy the process. I like to travel. I just don't enjoy the process of traveling.
I'm with
And
you.
having a mobile challenge was in my advantage traveling this time around, because they wheeled me from everywhere I had to go, and I got priority boarding. So that made it a little bit better, and the staff was very, very nice. They even offered to help me go to the loo, which I thought was a bit much, but I I don't. The only time I enjoy traveling is when I'm on a train. We have something called Amtrak, which is kind of like the national hookup for trains in the United States, and I enjoy traveling on trains. But other than that,
The only thing, and I am going to haul it back because I intentionally made this gappy half hour about stories, but it is stories of travelling, so that's fine. I think the one, when I'm running workshops for children on writing, I say boredom is a great is really good for writing, because your mind wanders, and you're never more bored than when you're in a queue. And the other thing, when you're in a queue, is you can, as long as your parents don't catch you looking at other people, they go, don't stare. You can look at people and get all and just invent stories about them, and you're allowed to look at their oddities, their bent noses, and the fact that they've dropped tomato sauce down their blouse and so forth, because all these are details that make a story believable. So I sometimes take my own advice at an airport and sit there either sketching or just taking in the imaginary backstories for the people that are wandering around, but and see if I can practice what I preach. But
sometimes when I'm traveling, I often generate attention from children, and they're staring, and there have been occasions where children are like, And the mothers go, "Stop staring at that man." I said, "No, it's quite all right. They probably haven't seen anyone dressed like me, and I'm usually in my robes, and start talking." And the interesting thing is, a lot of parents say, "But they never talk to anybody." But they talk to me, you know. Mike, is your hat reminiscent of the Harry Potters, or is that a witch's hat, or both?
I would say perhaps it's a witch's hat, and it's more Terry Pratchett than Harry Potter. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
What do I
Harry
know?
Potter gave a lot of attention to things that had been around all that time. But I saw your hat, and I kept thinking of the hat that talked and told people which house they were going to go to. I like the hat.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yes.
Very lightweight, which is nice if you're in the park telling in the summer.
Yes, I feel like I'm underdressed. I should have a hat on.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why I went and got one. These two guys had hats on. I thought I'd better get a hat. And I didn't want to put a pirate
Either
hat.
that or learn one of the filters that'll put a hat on your head.
Oh no.
Oh yes, of course. I forgot about
I reckon do it. You what?
Okay. We'll have.
Hey, John, I've noticed that even though we've been telling folk over a month now about the half hour earlier, that they still don't seem to click in before noon my time. So I guess that's I don't know,
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock your time.
9:30.
Oh, you have a crown.
I had to top you.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm going back now. Now things have changed a bit. I might just go back to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock actually would be a good time. 5 o'clock and 5 o'clock and under 25 would be a good time to do it. Just straight do the two changes at the same time.
So 5 o'clock your time is noon my time. Okay.
5 hours back. Yeah.
I think I missed you guys Friday. How did Friday go?
No, Claire was great.
Okay.
You had something on. It's worth
Yes.
catch up. Claire did a fantastic set.
All right. I really wanted to see that, but then I had an opportunity, and I had to follow through on it. Things are beginning to open up for me. I'm in negotiating for the summer, doing the thing Thursday with Amy and the other Mike. And say again.
With Amy Douglas.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant! I might not be able to make it, but I keep on missing Amy's ones. But I'll catch up on her channel.
See, the thing about missing things is that I look at it this way. World Cafe, being involved with the World Cafe, has directly and indirectly opened opportunities. So when I miss something, it's usually because of an opportunity, and that's a good thing. It's a bad, for me, it's, I want to catch this, but the opportunities. When opportunity knocks, open the door and let it in. So, but I really feel bad when I miss it because it's such a wonderful, eclectic group of talents from 4 to beyond John Rowe. I mean, and John Rowe, when I make comments about your age, I do it with love and respect because there's only one way not to become an elder. Mike, when I make jokes about you, No, Mike and I have, Mike's sense of humor is, shall I say, different. It reflects mine. That's a shame.
Right. We've got about 6 minutes to go till 5 o'clock. If no one has come in by 5:05, I think I'll have to knock it on the head and just say, but part of it is that the summer's opening up. People are going, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on. I like the better. Oh, man.
Yes, that's a good one.
Man, we will behave.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, well, you can sit in the corner.
No one puts Bob in the corner.
It was him.
Ironically, when people were accused of talking, they often put the blame on me, even when I wasn't talking.
Really, I don't understand that.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, well, there's yeah. So yeah, I've got an interesting project I let myself in for today, which was kind of, you know, when someone gives you a sort of blank page and says, but they give you a kind of clue in the direction. Swindon, I was booked for this thing called Lost Words, which was sort of lost stories of Swindon and Wiltshire. And this was, but it was before the pandemic or early on, and I'd forgotten what it was all about. I just had it marked down and knew I was getting some money for it. And and I'd asked Baden if he'd be part of it, and so Baden and I are set up to do it. But now I've let it in for. I want to do the stories of people who came to Swindon. So because it's only been going really as a town since the Industrial Revolution. In terms of a huge population, went from 1,000 to 15,000 or something in the space of 4 years. So, but it's also a very diverse town, and I thought it would be interesting if Baden could look into some lost stories from the Caribbean community in town, which would be which never gets talked about in these kind of projects. And so between us, it's going to be for a day in May. Baden doesn't know this yet. He just knows I've got a good day. He doesn't know I've let him in for all this research, and he is going to be quite. I'm announcing this publicly, so it's very difficult for him to back out of. He didn't ring me back in time for him to back out. But I think that might be an interesting project. It's everything from Yazname's with us. Let us start. Yazname, hello.
Yazname, Princess Yazname.
You are as she's just getting her internet settled. Yazname, are you able to join us both in sound and vision?
Yes.
Hello. You as this isn't unusual. You are representing yourself tonight. At the moment, you are the only young teller here. Next week, we are moving it till 5 o'clock UK time, because this 4:30 doesn't seem to be working. We're also upping the age, so it's under 25, so we can maybe have some more young tellers. So that will be from next week. But at the moment, you're representing your whole age group. You're representing 5 continents, and everyone from the age of 4 to 18 years old. So, and you sit nicely in the middle of that, Yazname. So it's utterly appropriate that you should be our teller for this moment. Yazname, how has your week been?
It went very good. Actually, my school started from Monday, so I couldn't join on Sunday.
That's okay. So you're back at school, are you? So
Yes.
what time is it now in Punjab?
It's 9:30.
Oh, so that's not too late for you. So
Yes.
if we start at this time every week, that'll be fine.
Yes, it will be right.
That's okay. I'm just checking, and that'll be the same. Will that be the same all over India, or close?
Yes, all over the India it will be 9:30 only.
Perfect. So Yazname, without further ado, and hopefully by the time you finish, someone else would have joined us that is that hasn't got a white beard, or even a black beard. It says, "Hello, the cafe," and or Heather, you haven't got a beard. What do you mean? Can you put a beard on for your? Anyway, Yasnami, please tell a story. We always look forward to your story.
My name is Jasnami, and today I'm going to narrate you the story of the fox and the woodcutter. There lived once a woodcutter who used to cut his wood every day. He had made his hut at the end of the forest. One bright sunny day, he walked into the forest to cut some wood, and a little while later, he heard some noise. He was shocked. He was scared. What's that? He thought. Suddenly, he saw a fox coming out of the forest. He was very, very, very scared as he noticed. At first, the woodcutter was afraid, but then he noticed that the fox was also trembling with fear. The fox was very worried and shivering. "Why are you gasping?" asked the woodcutter. "Save me, O king! Save me, dear kind man! I need your help. A hunter is behind me. He wants to kill me. Please help me to hide. I can't run anymore." The woodcutter took pity on the fox. "Go straight from here. You will find a hut. Get inside that hut and stay quietly. That's my hut," said the woodcutter. In an instant, the fox ran towards the hut. The woodcutter also followed him. The fox hid inside that wooden hut, while the woodcutter waited outside, chasing the hunter. And now the hunter soon reached the hut. The hound sniffed here and there and barked loudly. The fox waited inside that small hut as he was very scared, holding his breath. The hunter saw the woodcutter standing near the hut. He called out to him and asked, "Hey man, did you see the fox that was running?" The woodcutter said, "What did you say, sir? A fox? No, it didn't come. I never saw it." And as the woodcutter said so, he pointed his finger at the hut. The hunter again asked, "What's that? Tell me clearly. Did you see a fox on the way or not?" "No, sir, I didn't see any fox," replied the woodcutter. He again pointed his finger towards that hut. Actually, the woodcutter was afraid of the fox hiding inside his hut, but he did not have the courage to drive him away. So he wanted the hunter to kill the fox. At the same time, he feared that if he told the hunter about the fox in a loud voice, the fox would hear it and run away. And now the hunter was very worried what to do. So he kept on pointing towards the hut. But to his disappointment, the hunter was not able to understand his gestures, and so he was very confused. At last, the hunter got annoyed. He said, "If you can't help me, please don't waste my time. I have to catch that fox, and that's a pretty tough job." "So I know you have to catch a fox. That's why I'm telling you. There is no fox around." And then the woodcutter again pointed towards his hut. Now the hunter flew into rage. He yelled, "Why are you pointing your finger to the hut? Why are you pointing it? If you have not seen the fox, then tell me clearly. Don't confuse me." And so saying, the hunter went headed towards the forest. The woodcutter stopped him and said, "Why, you ungrateful creature, won't you thank me? At least, after all, I saved you from that hunter." At this, the fox turned around and he said, "Yes, I am safe, not because you harbored me, but because the foolish hunter was not able to understand your gestures." And fox ran away into the deep forest. And that is the end of my story. Thank you.
I love that. It's kind of quite complex. It's like that. It's not. It's about claiming what's not yours. It's about stupidity. It's about all kinds of things. It's where's that story from, Jasnami?
This story is from India and it's under Animal Tales. So this is the book.
Ah, so it's an Indian story.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, we have no one else has joined us. So, Jasnami, do you have another story for us?
Please give me a minute, then I'll narrate.
You've always got another story for us.
Yes.
A Jasmine minute is like the old, I want to say Heinz, but it might be Hunt's ketchup commercial, where they hold the bottle upside down. You're waiting for the ketchup to come out, and they sing "Anticipation is slow good." So I'm always waiting with great anticipation when Jasmine says that she just needs a moment. It's always worth it.
All good.
Hello in the World Storytelling Cafe. How are you today?
Hello, Mr. Babasi.
How are you?
Everyone?
It's
How
good
are
to
you
see
doing?
you. I'm doing, all things considered, I'm magnificent. And I trust you are as well.
Jasnami is back. The ketchup is out of the bottle.
So I have a poem.
Excellent.
So this poem's name is "Where the Mind is Without Fear," and it is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father led my country away.
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful. What fantastic sentiments in that time. Well, we will, of course, go around the room and tell Jasnami how wonderful she is, because that's what we do. We'll start with the cafe. Because I use COVID as my excuse, because I've forgotten your name in the cafe.
My name is Anas.
Anas, yeah, I know that. Anas. I'll still be asking in a year's time, but I'll have another excuse. So, Anas, what do you think of Jasnami's storytelling?
Excuse me, I couldn't hear you.
What do you think of Jasname's storytelling?
Just now, it was a brilliant storyteller. I really love the way she's narrating her story, and also about it's like the last one is about the poetry, something like that. So I really like it. Yes, so brilliant.
Thank you for
You're
that.
most welcome.
Thank you. And Baba C, I'm not going to leave you to last because you're not a leftover. So, Baba
I'm
C,
left-handed, but never left over. Well, first of all, in full disclosure, everyone knows I think the world of Jasna. And is, but if she ever not messes up, if she's not her usual Jasna self, I will inform her. However, today that is not a problem. Jasna, you always captivate our attention. I love the expressions on your face. I love your voice and the way your voice changes as you tell stories. And I love the way that you convey to us that you are enjoying what you do. So Princess Jasna, as always, very well done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Asante Sana.
Thank you.
Mike.
Oh Lord, it was excellent. It's all as always really good. Lovely to hear a bit of Tagore, as well as the story. And I thought the guy the woodcutter was a bit mean to the fox, trying to dob him in secretly. I mean, I don't know if the woodcutter voted Tory. He sounds like he would, but he was just not a nice man, was he? Cowardly, betraying someone. I wish it had been a wolf and the wolf had eaten him. He would have served him right. Great telling.
So Heather, you have worked with so many young tellers over the years.
Well, that's why I love coming, and that's why I'm sorry I've not been able to because of work, been able to come along. So because I just love listening to young tellers because I think there's just so much joy and vibrancy. And Jasnami, you are fabulous. And I've been missing hearing your stories. And what I like is I've always liked about you is your choice of stories and they're always interesting. They always have something that makes you think, and I think that's actually a really important skill as a storyteller to have, is that ability to choose the right stories that you, first of all, the stories that speak to you, that you're comfortable telling, but that make your audience not only have enjoyment but think as well. And that's a really, really important thing. So it's not just a simple little story. It's got more layers there. So I really appreciate that about you. So thank you. It's lovely to see you. It's been far too long.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jasname. Without you, tonight would have been pointless. So next week we start at 5 o'clock UK time. We will make it, we'll raise the age bar a little to under 25. And so hopefully we'll see you next week. Enjoy school, enjoy life, enjoy everything. And the same goes for everyone other than us. Please just get through till supper time and without falling over. I know it's a long month for you this time, but there's and especially serving food while in this time must be, you know, a double chore for you. So thank you, and thank everyone else who comes regularly. Thank you for supporting our young tellers.
Hey, John.
Well, I'm doing stories on Friday. Hopefully I'll do something that no one's heard before. I will do the Monster Hunt just for Mike, because Um, there's nothing over the weekend. This weekend, we're moving the Moroccan stories on the story round to Wednesday after supper for humanitarian purposes. So because it's a real just to get the tellers to the cafe and telling just after a long day is impossible on Sunday, and it's very cruel to the tellers. So moving that to Wednesday, probably 8 o'clock in the evening UK time. Or 7 o'clock, I don't know. No, 7 o'clock. Anas, I had this discussion with Ali earlier. By 8 o'clock, everyone will have had supper and have time to get to the cafe, will they? 8 o'clock in the evening, Moroccan time.
Okay.
Does that sound a good time?
Actually, because of Ramadan, the majority of people they are having their breakfast around 7 to 8 o'clock.
Oh, so maybe a little later.
Yes.
Maybe give people maybe 9 o'clock Moroccan.
9, yes.
9 o'clock Moroccan time.
Yeah, 9 it will be great.
And Marrakesh is busy in the evening during Ramadan, isn't it? Because everyone's out. So 9 o'clock in the evening Moroccan time.
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. That would be good. So I'm going to put it at 9 o'clock. Okay. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, good night. We'll see you next Tuesday, 5 o'clock.
John, is that the Moroccan tellers? Is that 8 p.m. British, 3 p.m. Eastern?
No. Hold on. No, don't confuse me.
No, you've said Moroccan time 9.
9 o'clock Moroccan time will be 8 o'clock UK time.
And 3 o'clock Eastern.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, John. John, do not apologize for repeating a story. A story well told is a story worth telling again.
Yeah, I know, but I try to keep my brain alive by telling a new story occasionally.
I get that. But every time you tell a story you've told before, you embellish. You make it a little bit different than before, and it's always great. I always look for the little nuances in when you retell a story.
Well, thank you, Vavasi. But meanwhile, I'm going to actually stop because it's a great effort during COVID to actually maintain any kind of a public presence, as Mike knows. Okay, see you all. Bye, everyone.
Everyone take care. Until the next time. Jasmine May, please stay the wonderful person you are.
Bye. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
I love it. Good night, Anas. Anas, is your name like the spice? How do you spell your name?
A-N-A-S.
Oh, Anas. Okay. There's a spice called anise or anise. And I'm trying to remember you. I'm bad with names. And I'm trying to remember your name by giving it an association. So yours is Anas. Yeah. The spice, some people say anise, or some people say, right. So if I call you anise, it's because I'm trying to remember your name by associating with the spice. I mean no disrespect. Plus, spices make food even more delicious. So you make life even more delicious because of the wonderful person that you are.
Oh,
so thank you, my friend.
I really appreciate you.
You take care. Have a good evening and happy Ramadan.
Thank you so much, Vavasi. All the best, and take care.
You
and
too.
See you soon. Oh, sir, excuse me. I will ask you about the time that Mr. John said.
Yes.
9 o'clock. But
okay.
But how about today?
Today. All right.
Is
So
it today?
No. Oh, I get what you're saying. No, today we're done. So next week, it won't be Sunday. It'll be next Wednesday. And I think it's 9 o'clock Marrakesh time, but it's 8 o'clock British summertime, BST.
Yeah.
All right. And it needs to be changed in the on the format. Instead of saying GMT, it has to say BST because their daylight saving times has kicked
Yeah,
in, but they call it British summertime. And
yeah,
where I am, it's daylight saving time, but we still say Eastern EST, Eastern Standard Time. The United States has 6 different time zones. Whew, wears you out. But yes, and I look forward to this. Now, I might miss you guys some Wednesdays because I have a meeting that takes place on Wednesday. But if I miss you guys, I will look at it and play back. Do me a big favor and please tell everybody on that side that Baba C says hello and happy Ramadan.
okay, I will.
All right.
Of course,
All
thank
right.
you so much. I will.
Thank you.
Thank
May
you.
Allah continue to bless you, your family, and your friends.
Thank you so much. Inshallah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Inshallah.
you.
All right.
See you.
See you next
Have a
time.
good- yeah,
To
see
be
you next time.
continued.
Yeah.